Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be telling you 19 reasons why your bank account is drying up faster than a loaf of stale bread left out on the counter, or California during a bad drought. I could go on. Everyone's spending habits are different, but I'm pretty sure out of these 19 things, you are guilty of a few. Number 1, unnecessary home decor or furniture purchases. Constantly redecorating or getting new furniture just for aesthetics is a money pit. Yes, I know it's fall and you want to get into the fall spirit, so you're on Amazon searching fall decor and a very adorable orange throw blanket and a pack of 30 mini pumpkins show up. It's near impossible to resist adding everything to your cart, but you must, because these are superfluous and they're contributing to your financial downfall. Repeat after me. No more pumpkin spice candles. Number 2, falling for buy now, pay later deals. Using services like Klarna or Afterpay to buy items you can't afford upfront just creates further debt. These services actually scare me a little. I've never personally used them. I'm of the old-fashioned mantra, if you can't afford it right now, don't buy it. If you're using payment plans for your latest Hot Topic order, stop please. Just put your phone down and go for a walk or something instead of buying more things you don't need, which leads me to my next point. Number 3, too many treat yourself purchases. Regularly justifying non-essential purchases as self-care or rewards for working hard is a recipe for disaster. You know what else constitutes self-care? Not putting yourself in a financial hole. Your future self will thank you. Number 4, buying lottery tickets. You know what some people call this? Stupid person tax. I know, someone somewhere always wins the lottery. Scratch and wins are kind of fun to do. It's easy to get roped into buying some every week in the hopes of winning big. I can assure you though, the odds are better of being struck by lightning, and you'd be better off putting that $5 or $10 in a jar somewhere or under your mattress than you would sinking into gambling away small increments of cash all the time. Number 5, overloading the cart at big box stores. Going to stores like Costco or Walmart for one item and leaving with a cart full of things you didn't plan to buy is the worst habit ever. Don't get a cart if you don't need a cart or if you don't have a plan. I personally live in the middle of nowhere and stocking up is economical for me, but I go in with a list and I stick to it for the most part. And since I don't have a big family, I do have to be cautious about how much produce I buy, for example, which leads me to this. Number 6, hoarding groceries. You thought you'd eat a whole 4-pack of romaine hearts because salad is delicious and you were craving Caesar salad lately, but the time comes to eat the second half of the bag and now it's wilting and you can't bear the thought of another salad. Been there, done that. Overbuying and having to throw out groceries is a huge reason why people struggle. It's actually tough to be the judge of how much to buy. I get that. It's taken me years of adulting to get that sorted, and even then, sometimes I fail. Almost more difficult is staring at the wilted lettuce and choosing that over a frozen pizza. It's a mental game. I have faith that you can turn this proverbial ship around though and stop throwing so much of your hard-earned money in the trash. Number 7, constantly upgrading electronics. Buying the latest phone, tablet, or laptop as soon as it's released, even if the old one still works fine, is another reason you're broke. I got my phone used and it wasn't even a new model. It works fine. Do you even need a tablet? Do you even use it if you have one? I know mine sits on a shelf somewhere. I always say I'm going to use it to watch shows, and I literally never do. I think it has a thick layer of dust on it instead. Upgrading electronics does have an element of FOMO to it. Everyone has a phone, and you see your friend or coworker with the latest one, and you see that the camera has like 800 megapixels, and Siri gives personalized therapy sessions now, so you want one too. But they're not cheap at all, so it's worth not being so impulsive. You know I'm not wrong. Number 8, subscription overload. How many things do you subscribe to? Be completely real with me. Pause the video and count. If you said Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV, or any combination of the above, consider that this may be part of the reason that you're struggling. I know, everyone needs entertainment and you can only watch Rings of Power on Amazon Prime, blah 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 blah. Back in my day, not trying to age myself here, but I had 5 channels on TV, all free. If I wanted to watch something but wasn't home, I had to tape it on VHS and watch it later. We live in a very spoiled day and age when it comes to entertainment. Even taking the time to go through your subscriptions and be completely honest with how much you actually watch them is step 1. Step 2 would be pulling the plug on some or all of these services, but at least have that conversation with yourself because denial isn't a good look. Number 9, buying coffee or takeout daily. Spending $5 or $10 a day on coffee, lunch, or takeout instead of making it at home is another reason you can't get ahead in life. I know Starbucks is amazing. They have those iced cappuccino drinks with a little crystallized sugar that floats majestically on top of the whipped cream. I don't know how their little warmed up coffee cakes can taste like heaven on earth, but I do know that those cute little coffee, deli lunch, coworker snack runs at work, they add up over time, and they're keeping you back. Brown bagging a lunch is not glamorous. It's not fun, I realize that. It's often kind of sad and soggy unless you know what you're doing. Keep the salad dressing separate, and don't even think about leaving that tomato in the sandwich until noon. Subscribe to the channel for more pro tips on keeping your lunch from going pathetic. Next point. Number 10, overspending on hobbies. I get that your aunt is coming over to help you make Christmas ornaments in September, but hitting up Dollar Tree for $50 worth of craft supplies beforehand is not economical, nor is heading to Michael's to buy everything necessary to make that handmade ornamental wreath to hang on your door for Thanksgiving. And just because you love gaming doesn't mean you can justify purchasing pink cat ear headphones and a bunch of LED backlights for your computer. Sinking into your hobbies is irresistible, but your bank account would be shaking its head every single time you give in if it was a real entity. Number 11, frequenting sales and discounts. Let's face it, you're guilty of buying things just because they're on sale or there's a discount even if you don't need them, because you're saving something, and that's what good budget savvy adults do, right? Wrong. The biggest power you have in your budget is the ability to say no. And if you pay $4 for a cute styrofoam snowman that's on clearance in January to prep for next Christmas, you're still spending $4 you didn't need to spend on something with glitter that's just gonna rub off on everything around it as it sits forgotten in storage for the next 11 months of the year. Number 12, overpaying for convenience. I see you looking guilty when I said that. I know there's Uber Eats on your credit card statement somewhere. Paying for someone else to deliver your food, splurging for a car wash, or getting your coffee on the go instead of making it home are all ways that we fork over for things to be done faster or in luxury, even if it's not luxurious for our budget. Uber Eats though, I swear, it comes right to the door when that Chinese food craving hits. I do get it, I really do. Number 13, spending on appearances. Do you go to the barber or hairdresser regularly? Are you getting manicures or pedicures, or worse, spa treatments? There's nothing wrong with those things, if you can afford it. But seriously, if you're still getting your nails did with a card that's $3 away from being declined, it's no longer self-care, it's self-destruction. And if you simply must have those $200 highlights and a trim every 3 months, know this. Those are luxuries you shouldn't be spending on if you want to get your finances back on track. I know it sucks, but you have to live within your means, and those acrylic nails ain't it right now. Number 14, not canceling free trials. Forgetting to cancel subscriptions after free trials is the worst, and I think we've all been charged at one point or another. For me, it was an AI app that makes a photo of you look like anything, from futuristic to a video game character. It's amazing, I know. But then I got charged like $15 after my free trial was up, and I was cursing my inability to cancel beforehand. And do I use the app? Of course not. I got bored of it within a day. This proves my point though. Beware the pitfall of free trials. The word free, that's how they get you. Number 15, impulse shopping online. It's Black Friday, Amazon Prime Week, the end of the season, and you can justify purchasing just about anything. Inflatable hot tubs are now on clearance for 50% off because it's July. You've been wearing the same sweater for 2 months and figure it wouldn't hurt to have one in 3 other colors too. Or you literally sit there doom scrolling on Amazon for various pointless items like unicorn-themed teacups because you're bored at your office job and it makes you feel 10% less disappointment in your sad career. Whatever the reason, online shopping is a vice that you need to quit before your wallet screams any louder in agony. Number 16, purchasing expensive gifts. Feeling pressured to buy extravagant gifts for family, friends, or coworkers even when you can't afford it? I think we all go through this. Rein it in. Make something homemade instead, because this is one of the biggest budget fails ever, especially Christmas. Christmas gets so out of control. I'm not saying boycott Christmas, I'm just saying rein it in a little. Number 17, overspending on groceries. You go to the grocery store and you don't have a list, or you go shopping hungry. Or worse, both. Suddenly that overpriced jar of garlic-infused olives is just calling your name, and you see some pizza pockets and get hit in the gut with childhood nostalgia, and before you realize it, you're checking out with double the amount of items you intended, and you get whiplash as you look from the clerk to the screen as they tell you it's going to be $106. This is why you're broke. Lack of planning and impulse behavior at the grocery store. Number 18, overbooking vacations or getaways. If you can't afford to go on vacation, go on a staycation. If you can't afford a staycation, just sit still in a corner or something. Racking up trips on credit cards when you need to not be doing that for your bank account's sake is just horrifying. Can you even enjoy your vacation knowing you'll spend the next year paying it off anyway? I certainly couldn't. Number 19, just in case purchases. Buying items you think you might need later is an endless pit of financial facepalming. Well, I need this exercise bike because I plan to start working out while I catch up on Vanderpump Rules. Well, I need this blender in case I decide to start making smoothies again. Well, I need to buy battery cables in case my car breaks down. Okay, that last one I totally support having. But you know what I mean. Preventative measures are fine, but envisioning ways to justify spending on things you probably will never use is just ridiculous. Let's be real. If you do have an exercise bike, it's probably covered in dust or laundry or both. Learn your lessons. Well, those are all the reasons I have today for why you might be broke, but I upload weekly, so I'm sure you'll hear more on the topic soon. If you're still bored and wanting to feel inspired about better ways to live frugal, check out the video I put on screen here next. We'll see you over there.